Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith of Smith in the Black, and it's tough to sugarcoat this one, folks. So one of the things that we're worried about, if we go into here, we take a look at the SPY, was, I talked about in the video last night, is that you got these lower lows here, see? You got your lower low, and then you get your higher high. And so whenever you see that, you're going to do this. It's a broadening formation, all right? Now, there's a couple things that could have happened. You could have maintained above last week's highs, which you did not do. But when you come back through this, now you got all sorts of problems because you're coming back through a previous range, right? So you can see the SPY just getting destroyed here. On a 60-minute basis here, there's your higher high. Now your lower low taking this out. So the question is, can you maintain this, or does it get worse and keep coming back through, right? Right now you're nowhere near taking out the opening of the day, right? And you're potentially an outside week all the way to the downside, right? Because we're still red on the month. If we go to QQQ, in the Qs, remember one of the things I talked about here last night. So we talked about this. Inside day, pokes up for the higher high, can't take that out, and so you got this. Your higher high there and your lower low down here, and it's a rev strat. 1, 2, 2. Now you're coming to look to take this out. The question can be weak enough to take this stuff down here. Right now having all sorts of trouble here, and here's your upper level broadening formation. Now we got a new 60 to see if they want to firm up at all, because a lot of things really just taking a pounding here. If you go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, here, the 2 up, 2 down daily reversal, right? So do we know about that potential? We did, because you still have the rev strat month here. That's what I talked about last night. So still having all sorts of problems there. You do take this out, right? So you have your lower low. The question is, with all these things, are they going to continue to wipe all this stuff out, or is this an upper level broadening formation where you see it like this? Here, your higher highs, and now your lower low. Here. Now, do we firm up and hold this and start to try and come back, or do we get fully destroyed and keep going back down? That's pretty much what we're looking at here, because a lot of things in trouble here. A lot of things in trouble. Here's your small cappers. 2 up, 2 down reversal day. Right, back to a doji on the week, so that's not totally the end of the world, but a lot of things getting destroyed because it's hard to find anything that's really performing well. We know retail's getting destroyed, and I'll get to that in a second. You do have Burlington here backing off a little bit after that strong opening with the market being so heavy. Still red on the month, but you do take all these guys out. So you can see this here. The lower low yesterday and the higher high today of this stuff, right? Can you maintain up in there? So we'll see how the 60 acts up into here. Right now in the 30, you do have potential hammer here if they can take that out over 185.40. But things staying pretty heavy. AVAV. And AVAV. All right. Well, you at least had a nice morning here, right? So the question is going to be strong enough to take this out. You do have hammer, counter, shooter, weak. That's a good thing, and you're green on the month. So we'll see how that acts off this 60 if you can take this out. 87.25, you can take that out. Then we got to go down the food chain here, I tell you. On the buy side. Ugh. DPSI. All right, new shenaniganer. And you had your lower lows. You did take that out. So these became an outside bar of all that here. The question is, do the buyers step up again? So we'll see. If we go to OTRA, yep, Rob had to look far and wide to try and find something that's doing anything good. Still an inside week, and it's a newer issue. You did have this 3 outside bar, 1, 2, and you hit magnitude up into here, and then it backs off on the 60. So right now, the broader averages, like I said, we're always looking at those new 60s, right? Here's your SPY. Takes out this lower low. Now a new 60, so they're starting to firm up here just a tad. The problem is trying to take a lot of these things green on the day. If you go to GILD, GILD having a nice little day actually, and it's going towards the highs of the day right now. So anything that can do that in this environment, it gets my attention, especially when the market firms up a little bit like it is, or just starts to consolidate. Because the downside is just XLP and just getting destroyed. Look at this. This thing's just getting destroyed. So if we go to the monthly, remember last month we were looking to take these guys out. 2 down, 2 up, take them out, but then you're in exhaustion risk. Now you're a 2 up, 2 down reversal to the downside on the month, right? And just really hammered outside week here, and you can see XLP just coming down hard, and that's pretty much everybody over there. Pepsi, outside week, 2 up, 2 down on the month. Now an inside 60, we'll see if they want to try and firm that up or take all these guys out. And that tells you, look at Coke, it's destroyed. And Coke still has some room here to be a 2-2 reversal month below 61.72. So you're getting a little closer to that. If we go to Hershey's, outside week, 2 up, 2 down month below this. 214.11, you're there right now, just a little bit. SJM, 2 up by taking out the highs, 2 down, right there. As soon as it took this out on the month, on the week, 139.14, and now you got an outside month and just came back to the previous range, stopping out so many folks here. Because usually when the market's down the way it is today, they go running into this kind of stuff, but today they are not doing that. Cheese ketchup, KHC, and KHC 2 up, 2 down week here below that. 42.61 getting crushed right now. Potential an outside month on here as well. Like I said, the market is firming up on the new hour, and we always want to know about the new hour, right? So here's your new 60, opening up as inside and trying to counter all these dailies. But we would prefer more downside just because you can have a tough time turning a lot of these things green on the day. If we go to even Procter and Gamble, look at this daily. 2 up, 2 down, back to a previous range. You know where the stops are? Here, 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 and here. They took them all out in one shot. If that works, you're a 2 up by taking out the previous monthly high, and you're a 2 down below this. 151.26. Still getting pounded over there. How about Mondelez? And Mondelez just pounded here. 2 up, 2 down reversal week, 2-2. Good day to know what a 2-2 reversal is, isn't it? That's below 164.84 and now down to 62.01 and still getting cremated, going for an outside month. If we go to anything really, MU. And MU, just like with those Qs, you still got some room down in here. Let's take this out because you go here, inside day, 2 up, slight higher high, boom, coming back to previous range. You're going to change that week back to red, albeit green on the month, but you have that rev strat 1, 2, 2 down MU. If we go to retail, look, oh boy, Walmart. Still getting destroyed. Right? Still. You thought it was bad yesterday? Oh, it's worse now. And that taking down the Costco. Costco 2 up, 2 down month. And gapping down with Target earnings, just gap and sit. Right? But the other guys just do not like that idea that the big box marts are getting pounded, and they are. If you go to Walgreens, 2 up on the day by taking out the highs yesterday and closing on the high. I could stay long, can ya? Boom. Back to previous range. Where do the stops go? Here, 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 here. Boom, they're gone. So Walgreens having all sorts of trouble over there. Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply, once again, 2 up, boom, back to the previous range, gives you an outside week, right, and taking that month down. Still all sorts of trouble. And here's what the measured move looks like on the 60 minute. The down, inside, boom, measured move of this. All right, so Tractor Supply still in trouble. If we go to DDS, Dillard's, inside on the 60 right now, but still all sorts. Look at this chop shop on the week. Now an outside weaker here. Looking for an outside month here. That would take this out. 252. So you got a lot more room on that. You do take out these lows. But as far as we're concerned here, I want to know about going outside month. Inside 60 right now, DDS. If you go to the boots, oh, boot barn, puke. Inside month to the downside. Now trying to form an inside 60, but just getting smoked. Like a lot of these things, you take out those higher highs, then you have a 2-2 reversal back to the previous range. That's something you'd want to know about because you're going to have full time frame continuity to the downside. Red, 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 boom. You're going to stop out all these guys in one shot and kept going. If we go to Dollar Tree, and Dollar Tree gaps down, it's pukes. 2 up, 2 down on the month. Now stuck on this 60. We'll see if that can make a lower low on those 60s. That sets up again for us. Brinker. Ugh. Eat. Inside month and down. Talked about that last night. Here was your inside 60 right there to the downside. If we go to the transports. Ugh. So once again, you can see this very similar pattern that I was talking about last night. That higher high and these lower lows. There's your broadening formation. So if it would have held above the weekly highs of last week, you're fine. But that's not what's happening. 2 up, 2 down, back through previous range and getting clobbered. And you're going to see CSX, rails pounded, 2-2 reversal. Still an inside week, so not too bad. FedEx, we had such high hopes for you. And then what happened? Went out on the highs, then 2-2 reversal, 2 up, 2 down. And the great things about these things is it didn't gap, right? So if you're just watching this stuff and you held on from yesterday, you can get out, but then you get short when it takes that down because you're going to change that week back red, right? And you stop out all these guys, right? If we go to Norfolk Southern, 2 up, 2 down. And so a lot of these rails just getting pounded here. Excuse me. If you go to ODFL, ugh, slight 2 up and down, full time frame continuity to the downside, and you can hit a lot of these truckers. JB Hunt getting pounded here in a 2 up, 2 down day, right? Taking out last week and all these guys lows. All right, so the market itself is just kind of sitting here. Like we're not expecting too much because almost everything's down, right? So maybe it just sits here and does nothing for now. But that's what we're keeping an eye on to see if anything does anything. If you go to Apple, Strat, inside day, pokes up, boom, 1, 2, 2. And that reconfirms that inside month and down. And that's going to hurt the XLK. Here, also, the Strat 1, 2, 2 back down because Microsoft is still inside month to the downside as well. Stop them out, 2 up, 2 down. Excuse me. Palo Alto. There we go. Give us the outside week. Have we talked about that every day this week? I think we have. And there you go. Palo Alto gives you the outside week on the 2-2 reversal month, taking all these guys out. We'll see if there's any more beating to be had over there. How about airbag and bag? Ugh. Inside day to the downside. That's a 1-2 down here. Still taking a beating off the monthly and stuff like that. So we got new 15ers. A lot of things just getting really beat up here. So, be careful. You never want to, counter anything like this. You just wait for more setups, and that's why we're willing to go either way. Right? We just got to know what's happening, and so that's why when you look at the SPY, so long as we were above this, that 406.41, good. Below it, no good, especially when you have a reversal day, 2 up, 2 down day. So we'll see how much more of a beatdown they want to give these things, because pretty much everybody going down. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, Smith's the Black. Strat Time Report.